Commencement weekend at South Carolina. And here inside Founders Park, the final home series for the fifth-year rock of the program, Talmadge Lee Croy, with the legend, Ray Tanner, on hand. Alabama enters thinking big after sweeping Vandy. The Tide had the most consistent starting rotation in the SEC, led by that man who no-hit Florida, Tyler Fay. 2 weekends of regular season ball left before the conference tournament. Top four in the standings get the double bye. Mississippi State is currently fourth, while Bama is in a pack of four teams right behind with 11 conference losses. With that, hello and welcome to Columbia. I'm Lowell Galindo here with the Auburn legend, Greg Olsen. Now for this Alabama Crimson Tide club, wow, what a season they're having. In position to host a regional for just the second time in the last 20 years. D1 Baseball projecting Alabama as the number 11 national seed, but Rob Vaughn trying to take some focus off of that.
Yeah, I mean, they got so close last year, and they felt like they just didn't win enough series. And so that's been the focus, is 2 out of 3. Winning 2 out of 3, sweeping when we can, and taking care of business to get to that regional and host. And then from there, it's not to be complacent. Let's get to Omaha.
Tremendous team success for Rob Vaughn's team, and the numbers speak for themselves. The RPI, top 5 nationally. Strength of schedule, number 2, 10-4 against RPI, top 25 opponents. Tremendous team success, despite the fact their superstar, Justin LeBron, is not having a great season.
Yeah, the batting average is down. The home run numbers are a tick down, but the stolen bases are way up. He's got 36 out of 37 stolen bases. He is doing it where he can do it. And it's right now, it's on the bases. He's wreaking havoc out of the leadoff spot.
Kyler McDaniel has Justin LeBron as the number 5 draft prospect in the upcoming Major League Baseball draft, the best out of the SEC. It's an Alabama offense averaging about 6.5 runs per game. That's mid-pack nationally. Good news for the Tide, though. Brady Neal, the starting catcher, is back. He was out with an illness in the Tuesday night loss at Troy. So good to have their star catcher back. For South Carolina, it's going to be Amp Phillips on the mound. Honor, are we going to see the Amp that was one of the best starting pitchers in the SEC, or the guy that we've seen over the past 3 weeks that has really, really struggled?
Well, according to Monty Lee, we're going to know early. He needs to get some clean innings, which means he needs to go out there, get 1, 2, 3, be competitive early on, and start getting that momentum going. And if he does that and he takes care on 2 strikes, he is going to be very good tonight.
The superstar, Justin LeBron, starts it off for Alabama. Not too much longer until LeBron hears his name called early in the MLB draft. First pitch from Amp Phillips, that is elevated, and Tyler Bach is there. 1 pitch, 1 out for Amp Phillips.
LeBron swinging early, gets a fastball elevated, and the thing about Rob Vaughn has explained to him, he is just most afraid of not his draft stock going down, it's that he is letting his teammates down when he is not being successful at the plate.
Well, Alabama is still having that tremendous season, 32-17, and just think of what this team can be in the postseason, in Hoover, in beyond, if they get Justin LeBron going. We know it's just a matter of time. First pitch ripped to right field, tracking back and making the catch at the base of the wall is Patrick Evans. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Amp Phillips.
Well, I said you wanted a clean inning. I didn't think it was going to be possible to have 2 pitches, 2 outs. First one, okay, LeBron didn't hit it that well. That one, Brady Neal squared that ball up.
106 exit velocity. So that is
That's a loud out. That is a loud out.
Bryce Fowler hits in the 3 spot for number 19 Alabama. 313 batting average on the season. Second best on this Alabama team. Also second in OBS and OPS.
I was hoping he wasn't swinging there.
How many 3-pitch innings did you have in your illustrious career?
Well, first of all, I didn't throw, consistent strikes, so that was more of the issue than having any immaculate innings. Was me throwing 9 straight strikes was the issue.
Come on, keep going, baby.
One to Fowler. South Carolina team 22-27. Fired Paul Mainieri as the head coach on March 21st after a 22-6 loss to Arkansas. Monty Lee was elevated to the interim head coaching spot. South Carolina was 12-12 at that time. 10-15 since Lee took over. And it appears that home plate umpire Michael Holman he took the foul ball off the mask moments ago on that last offering from Ant Phillips.
Yeah, both trainers went rushing out there. At the same time, Ant Phillips was having technology issues, so
So the South Carolina training staff is out to check on Michael Holman. First and foremost, making sure he's okay. And then secondly, at this point, if he can continue in his role behind the plate. And Mike is a tough guy. He says, I'm good. Brush off that plate and let's do it. Ooh.
that was just a foul tip. That was straight 92 to the mask.
I don't think Lee Croy got any of that. The 1-2. Up the middle and through for Bryce Fowler. First knock for Alabama.
Really nice piece of hit and breaking ball down. Doesn't quite get to the back foot, down and in. Fowler drops ahead of the bat, takes it right back up the middle.
Now we have raw power. Light tower power in the form of big number 42, Eric Hines. The freshman from Tuscaloosa standing in at an imposing 6'3", 230. Fine job by Lee Croy to keep that in front.
Well, we've got a guy with the power that Hines has, and then you start digging into the numbers a little bit. He's 7 for 11 on first pitches. I'm throwing a first pitch breaking ball in the dirt and go, you really want to, do you think you're going to get a fastball? Here's something, looks just like a fastball, have at it.
So Phillips learned his lesson from the first pitch swings from LeBron, and Neal stayed away from Hines, and that's a mighty hack for the strike, 1-1. To what extent do you think Amp Phillips is aware of that stat with the first pitch swing percentage by Hines?
I think LaCroix is aware of that stat. And that's coming from the dugout, getting called. He might, Hines has a little bit of affinity to go chasing breaking balls. And so that's what we're seeing right now. But yeah, there are people that are in place to make this pitch call. Maybe not Amp Phillips, but Lee Croy is well aware of the first pitch hacking.
Here it's a 2-1 to Hines, and it's now 2-2. It was a big deal early this season when Paul Mainieri was the head coach, and it came out that Lee Croy was actually calling pitches for this South Carolina staff. And Mainieri shared that was only the second time in his career as a head coach that he had a catcher calling pitches. 2-2 from Amp Phillips. Works down, and the count is full.
There are a couple teams in the SEC that will allow their catchers to call pitches. And I think the current staff has moved away from LaCroix calling pitches just to take something off of his plate. It's a lot to study the hitters, to understand what the sequences need to be.
Runner is off. This is hit in center field. Bach is going back and makes the catch. Fowler with one hit, but Amp Phillips is able to get LeBron and Neal on one pitch each. We go to the bottom of the first. On March 20th, Tyler Fay was on top of the world for 9 innings untouchable to the Florida Bats. A 9-inning no-hitter, 13 strikeouts, 2 walks, Ninth no-no in Bama program history, and Greg, you'll appreciate this. The first 9-inning no-no for Bama since 1942.
Eddie
himself.
Alcar, 1942.
How about that?
That's thoroughly impressive.
So he's from Doniphan, Nebraska. His head coach, Rob Vaughn, described that as the middle of nowhere in Nebraska. You took exception to that.
Well, I grew up in Omaha, and I don't really know where Doniphan is, but he comes out of Grand Island, which everybody knows where Grand Island is. So, but walked on, found a way to stay on the roster, went from a long guy, found out his stuff was much better as a starting pitcher. And, power sinker, bottom of the zone. He can move it in and out. And a nasty, nasty changeup.
It's a South Carolina offense that's looking for something to go right. They were swept by LSU. Before that, a loss against the Citadel on a Tuesday night. South Carolina with 5 runs in the last 4 games. LeCroy batting in the 3 spot here for the Gamecocks tonight.
Yeah, they're just looking for something positive moving forward as they go into the SEC tournament.
Will Craddock has been a positive sign, a freshman from Anderson, South Carolina. Hits in 10 of his last 12 games. The 0-1 from Fay, and this is a slow roller foul. The shift is on for Craddock. Brendan Holt, second baseman, playing on the third base side of the second base bag. Craddock just getting started in his journey. That's been the problem, though. A lot of swing and miss early in his game as Fay gets a strikeout.
Yeah, that's what you do on an 0-2 count. If you want an aggressive hitter up there, you throw this slider, wipeout slider, starts out top of the zone, diving off. Take advantage of the hitter's aggressiveness.
That's going to bring up the center fielder, Tyler Bach. A pesky at-bat. Swinging from the left side. 2 hits in the series at LSU, including a home run. .263 average on the season for Bach. 3rd best among the regulars.
Yeah, when the team gets going good, he is right in the middle of it.
South Carolina hit 160 across 3 games against LSU.
I don't care how good your pitching is, that is hard to win ball games.
The 3-0, and that is a 4-pitch walk. So after striking out Craddock, Fay puts Bach aboard.
And just not normal. I mean, Fay, very strike thrower oriented, always in the zone, and just those 4 pitches, very non-competitive.
79 strikeouts on the season, now 18 walks.
Yeah,
you can live with that ratio.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm standing out on the mound. If I throw 4 pitches like that, I'm going, okay, what just happened?
Big cut by LeCroy. So when that happens, what do you do to get back on track?
I got to figure out what I'm doing first to figure, to then move on and fix something. But 4 pitches that were just up out of the zone, you start with focus or lack of.
There's another hefty cut from LeCroy. Will finish his South Carolina career top 10 in games played. 5 seasons of college ball, all right here in Columbia. Been part of the good times and the bad times. And that's how you bounce back from a 4-pitch walk, right?
3 pitches. Fay getting right at it. I love it. It works so fast, works quick, doesn't give any time to think. First pitch breaking ball, couple of fastballs up out of the zone. And once you start chasing up out of the zone, all I'm going to do is go higher and higher.
Ethan Lizama hitting in the 4 spot. And this is laced, but foul to the right side. Hence why Alabama took the shift right before that pitch to that side of the field. Now there's the flip-flop, so Justin LeBron is going out to shallow right field. That's where Brendan Holt was playing on the previous pitch, but not that far out there. You got LeBron way out there. How often are you seeing a shift like that?
Little League, where you got the rover, you know, where you got the rover moving all over the place.
So that's in. Called ball, it's 2-1.
Yeah, but LeBron's got to know, okay, anything slow hit, full attack mode in this world of the shift.
Bach does have good speed over on first base. Leads South Carolina with 9 stolen bases, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. So Bach moves up to second. Lizama is on with 2 outs.
Lizama was trying to get the bat started, and this cutter just tracking on the inside hip.
Now, it started his swing, but did he ever offer? And that's what the conversation was.
No, they got the call right.
Now it's time to see if Dawson Harmon can cash in. 20 driven in on the season. Big leg kick and fires it to the right side. And foul. Harmon in his first season at South Carolina, after transferring from College of Central Florida, where he was a first-team JUCO All-American. 370, 24 long balls a year ago. Not too bad.
Had mono a little bit a couple weeks ago, just coming back.
And this one is smoked to left field. Hines is back. And that's what 6'3" does for you. Just a little leap to take that one out of the sky and keep South Carolina off the board.
Laser to left, 104 exit velocity, still scoreless.
So let's try to figure out Rob Vaughn's club. They got swept by Kentucky in their conference opener, then went on a heater, won 8 of the next 9. Followed that up with 3 straight series losses in SEC play, but then busted out the broom against Vanderbilt. And as it stands right now, D1Baseball.com projecting Vaughn and Alabama the number 11 national seed.
And I think it all comes down to is how clean they play. It's all about their defense, which is ranked last in the SEC. If they play a clean game, they got a good shot to win.
John Lynn will lead off. He was the hero Thursday night in the Game 1 victory against Vanderbilt. And the walk-off solo home run to take down the Commodores. That's in there. First strike from Ant Phillips. Lim, the senior from Australia. First year with the Tide, after transferring over from Southern Illinois. This is lifted to the gap on the right side. Evans and Bach giving chase, and it's going to be Bach's ball in center field.
Looked like off the bat, man, that ball had a chance, but just died out in right center. See Phillips with a little bit of disgust going, I didn't like where that pitch was. I got away with one.
Just a gentle breeze. Blowing slightly out here inside beautiful Founders Park. I mean, this is a mecca of college baseball. What a park here in Columbia. Jason Torres up with 1 out. Torres had a solo home run, marking the only time that Alabama scratched one across in that Tuesday night loss against Troy. And popped. LeCroy loses the mask. We'll keep it in the right hand. I'll make it 0-2.
These are the innings right here that Ant Phillips needs. You know, okay, that little bit of loud contact early in the first, but getting ahead and then able to expand the zone, getting that breaking ball down to the bottom of the zone for his punch outs.
trying to paint there, stays away from Torres. And it's 1-2. Yeah, Monty Lee made it no secret that this is a momentum-based team. If they start fast, they're really good.
Yeah.
If they don't, they have not shown the ability to come back and get a late inning win. And that is spotted. Amp Phillips with a strikeout, his first of the night.
This is one of those where Torres is looking for something else. If you're sitting at home and go, wow, that's a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Yes, it was. He is looking for a breaking ball. He's looking for that breaking ball bottom of the zone that I talked about. And Phillips locks him up.
Luke Vaughn hitting in the 7th spot. Well, on April 13th, Amp Phillips was one of the best pitchers in the SEC by the numbers. Actually had the second best ERA among SEC starters at 2.17. The last 3 starts, 10.32. Because balls like this have been flying out, and that is a frozen rope gone by Luke Vaughn. There goes that momentum.
1-0 slider. And this is what they call a cement mixer or a hanger, or however you want to term what they call a hanging slider. And this is what generally happens to hanging sliders. They don't come back. 107 exit velo.
19-degree launch angle.
Well, the only reason he's running is because of the 19-degree launch angle. He didn't know if it was going to get over the fence at that angle.
What a shot for Luke Vaughn. Home run number 7 on the season. First career hit was actually a home run against Washington State in the season opener. His first career hit as a member of this Alabama Crimson Tide program. Peyton Steele, sophomore from Decatur, Alabama, did not go. It's 1-1.
This is where if you're Amp Phillips, okay, you gave up a home run, you threw a bad pitch, let it go, move on. Don't walk the next guy, create some havoc, and get into a long inning. Your pitch count's low, everything's fine. 1-0 is not going to be the ending score.
And it's 2-2. Chance for Phillips to get out of this, limiting the damage to just 1. In the dirt, full count. Mentioned that hot streak for Phillips. Wasn't like he was playing nobodies. It was SEC play when he struck out 27 in a 3-game stretch against Georgia, Texas, and Missouri.
Well, you see the mix. It's really good. 92, 93, paints the bottom of the zone.
With that, unfortunately, a 2-out walk.
Just got very focused on being down on the bottom of the zone with that fastball. Held on to it a shade too long.
This is the part of the lineup that Rob Vaughn called out after the loss against Troy, 7, 8, 9, wanting the bottom hitters in the lineup to give him a little more production. Vaughn had the 107 EV home run. Steele draws a 2-out walk, and now it's the number 9 hitter, Brennan Holt. They have answered the call. You like the coaches with the subtle call-outs post-game, maybe a little kick in the rear?
Honestly, I'm not used to it. I don't mind it. You know, if things need to be held to a little bit higher standard, then yeah. You know, in terming the bottom of the lineup, you can go 5, 6, 7, 8, and I could be talking to them. You know, I mean, I'm not necessarily talking to 7, 8, 9.
Holt does have the 3rd best OBP on the team from the 9 hole. The 2-0.
Here's where I wouldn't mind seeing Lee Croy coming out, having a little bit of a conversation. He knows Amp Phillips as well as anybody. Walk out, it's 3-0 count. Just walk the 8-hole guy. You do not want to get to the top of the lineup. LeBron coming up.
And that's what he's going to see. Kiley McDaniels, number 5 draft prospect, now with a confident stroll to the plate after Amp Phillips issues back-to-back 2-out walks to the number 8 and 9 hitter in the lineup.
I mean, look, I'll be the first to admit it's rattling to give up a home run. It is, but you got to let it go, move on, get the next guy out, and then you got 9-1-2 coming up, and right now you got LeBron coming up with a chance to do some serious damage.
Another first pitch swing. This with the better result, gone. Justin LeBron with his first home run in the last 12 games. And if he gets going, look out for this Alabama team.
Starting to see a pattern up here. These guys are trying to ambush Amp Phillips, and he's trying to counter it with throwing breaking balls. Well, if you're going to spin a breaking ball and it's going to leave up there hanging, LeBron's not going to miss it. And that quick. Got 2 outs in the second inning. Home run, walk, home run, you're down 4.
And it is 7, 8, 9 in the lineup that Rob Vaughn suddenly asked for a little more production out of that ended up really sparking this. With the Vaughn home run, Steele and Holt, they were the walks that you described. And LeBron, confident young man as he should be. We haven't even had a chance to talk about it.
We need a mound visit.
Good call.
I mean, this thing has come just derailed.
So why not? Why have we not seen Jason Jackson, or excuse me, on the other side, Terry Rooney for South Carolina make his way out?
Or Talmadge LaCroix, to somebody to go out and go, hey, everything's fine before LeBron comes up. Let's talk about him. Let's fix our walk issues. Let's just get something cleaned up and get back on track. It's only 1-0, and now it's 4-0.
That's in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 to Brady Neal. Neal was also first pitch swinger his first time up. Line went out at the warning track. Ball hit well to right field. And another full count. And that's off the mask of Lee Croy. Boys behind the plate taking some damage so far tonight. So Michael Holman got one right to the mask, our home plate umpire. And Lee Croy starting catcher for South Carolina. 3-2, Amp Phillips needs this one, and that's in the dirt. In the third 2-out walk issued by Amp Phillips. Now activity from the dugout all the way to the bullpen. And here comes Terry Rooney for the first time.
Well, this is one reason why most of the time in a big league game you see some of the bullpen out there just in case, so you don't have your starting pitcher watching your whole bullpen to go scrambling out there like a fire drill. But this conversation is going to be a two-way conversation. What are you feeling? What's going on? Amp Phillips will give his opinion on how he's feeling, what he's thinking, and they're going to try to solve it. But much like Monty Lee said, man, he needs a couple of clean innings early, get the momentum, get things rolling. And for an inning and 2/3, he had just that.
Justin LeBron also needed something going his way offensively and get back on track, and he found it. First pitch swinging for his 13th home run of the season. It was 99 off the bat. You don't see a lot of 99-mile-per-hour home run balls.
No, you don't, but it was struck 325 down the left field line and had just enough. He doesn't care how far it went.
Amen. And the upside that making all the major league organizations drool about the possibility of adding him to the mix.
5-tool, power, speed, great range at shortstop.
And oh, by the way, he's been thrown out stealing once this season. 36 to 37. Yeah. Come on now. Here's Bryce Fowler down 0-1. Had the first hit of the night for Alabama. Single right back up the middle.
I had one of his games a couple of weeks ago, and I think he had 3 stolen bases in the first 2 innings. I'm looking at my partner going, I'm trying to do the math on what this is going to turn out to be possibly in a 9-inning game.
So you understand the hype when it comes to Justin LeBron?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, you see guys with his tools, and it's just an automatic going, okay, the batting average is down. Yeah, he's been struggling to get to fastballs and breaking balls away from him. Okay, major league teams, we can clean that up. The 17 errors. Hey, you know what? We can clean that up. We cannot make you fast, we cannot give you power, and we cannot give you great range at shortstop.
But you have all that, so yeah, it's all good. 3-1 to Fowler. Ooh. Tough one for Fowler, one that Ant Phillips desperately needed full count. Alabama with 2 home runs and 4 walks, all with 2 outs this inning. Fight continues from Fowler. Fowler, the junior from Madison, Mississippi. And this is off the hands. Long run for Jack Reynolds. And Reynolds is able to make the play, but the damage is done. Off the bat of Vaughn and LeBron.
Alabama opens it up. Couple of hanging sliders. Luke Vaughn with this bomb puts Alabama on the board, and then Justin LeBron, 3-run first pitch hacking. Bama's up 4.
Welcome back to Founders Park here in beautiful Columbia, South Carolina. Game number 1 between 19th ranked Alabama and unranked South Carolina. Gamecocks second to last in the SEC standings. Tyler Fay and Alabama still making a push to be a top 4 seed for the SEC tournament in Hoover and get the double bye. They have broken it open with the 4 spot in the top of the 2nd inning as KJ Scobie, the shortstop for South Carolina, leads off, trying to get something going for the Gamecocks. Swings through that, and it's 1-2. What are you seeing from Fay so far?
Well, right now, taking advantage of Scobie's aggressiveness, couple of change-ups. First one wasn't so good. That last one had a lot of arm side sink. But you give a veteran with his experience and his ability to command the zone.
Ooh.
4 runs.
4. Strikeout number 3 for Tyler Fay.
So when you throw a 2-seamer or a sinker, if the ball is elevated coming from a right-hander, if the ball is elevated around the waist, it is going to go tracking in down the hands of a right-handed hitter. The lower it is, the more it has sink action.
First pitch swinging. Holt is there, and 2 down.
And that's the result of a sinker down in the zone as you get weak contact, routine ground ball, usually opposite side. And you'll take that for a first pitch out.
And why Rob Vaughn feels that he's so much better suited to be in this role as a starting pitcher as opposed to out of the bullpen, the role where he started his Alabama career.
Yeah, because, sinker ball guys, you don't generally see a lot of them. I can probably run through one or two guys in my big league life that, and there we go. That's why you don't tell a story with 2 outs.
Holt handles it, and a 6-pitch inning for Tyler Fay. Through a 2.
Best conference tournament all of college baseball.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Let's get to Hoover.
Always chaos in Hoover, Alabama for the SEC baseball tournament starting May 19th. Top 4 get the double bye. Alabama certainly in position to get one of those spots. Mississippi State currently holding on to that 4th spot, but they are doing battle with Auburn. Bulldogs took game number 1 last night. Game 2 will follow us right here on SEC Network, and a game that directly affects the chances for Alabama to get one of those double byes. Eric Hines, Chet swing, first time up, had a line out to center field.
I'd be hard-pressed to think that Alabama's really going to be rooting for Auburn so that they can move it.
No.
I just don't think so.
You would know from experience, huh?
Yeah, they'll wait till next week to maybe see if Auburn can help them out.
0-2 in the dirt to Hines. We're going to see if Ant Phillips, the quick break. I mean, that was a quick break in the dugout for Phillips. If that was enough to get him back on track.
Well, I mean, this seems like it's a mindset. It's going, all right, they're attacking me early, so I'm trying to throw breaking balls, and he's not throwing good ones, so they're getting hammered.
And this is rolled over left side. Chance for Scobie, makes the play on time. So if we started the SEC baseball tournament today, Georgia, #1 seed, followed by A&M, Texas, and Mississippi State. What impresses you the most about the potential 1 seed, Georgia right now?
Well, I mean, their offense is the best in the league. I'm looking at Texas A&M going, man, it seems like I had them a couple weeks, maybe a month and a half ago, and they're 1-4 in the SEC. And the run that they have been on, I just love the SEC weekends because every week it's like it just flipped over something else. Nothing is secure. No wins are guaranteed. And nobody cares if you're not playing well or you're, got a couple guys that are dinged up. It's just so much fun to watch every week going, okay, they took 2 out of 3. That flips these seeds.
Yeah. Most competitive conference in college baseball. The balance is the calling card because everybody has a shot. I mean, even South Carolina, they did a blow on Kentucky's potential for their tournament resume with the job they did in getting that series win. It was also on hand when Missouri also came up with the series win against that same Kentucky squad. Usually there's at least a couple of teams in a conference race that, like, you feel good, this is a gimme. This is popped up. Harmon takes a look and makes a catch. So, Honor, why don't you take a look at the bracket again? Give me a team outside the top 8, so on the far left, that you don't want to face.
I don't want to face Oklahoma. I'm still waiting for Tennessee and Vanderbilt to come into what everybody expected them to be. Yeah.
What is it about OU?
It just seems like every weekend it's a competitive balance of everything, and you're going, okay, where are they coming in at? What are they doing? And every week it's, finding a way. I don't know. It's the same thing as the SEC. It's just every week's a different thing and a different look, and it's this Alabama team in a nutshell. Which Alabama team are we going to get this weekend? So far, we got the one that swept Vandy.
And what Amp Phillips are we going to get this inning with 2 outs? Not the one that served up 2 home runs and 4 walks an inning ago. That's what South Carolina, our faithful, hoping they avoid. But right now, having trouble hitting Jason Torres here as he had him down 0-2. So the 2 outs, that's been the problem spot. 3 for 5 for Rob Vaughn's offense. Torres left side, another chance for Harmon. Long throw off the bag, but the tag is made. So much better for Amp Phillips after that 4 spot. Going around the horn now, college baseball, UCLA #1. They've already clinched the Big Ten regular season title. They got Oregon, and the Ducks trying to beat a #1 for the first time since doing that against Bauer and Cole back in the day. Kansas leads the Big 12. Tay Davis, a 30 home run season, yet Louisville still having problems. Georgia with a 2.5 game lead right here in the SEC. How many legit title contenders would you say as we look at the projected 16 national seeds for this year's tournament?
Oh, man. 6, 7? Yeah, I'll go 6 or 7.
UCLA clearly the team in your eyes?
I don't think you can say that. I think the 6 or 7 top teams, I mean, even going down to 8, A&M. It's like anybody. Any given 3-game series.
That A&M offense is scary.
Yeah.
Saw them earlier in the year against Georgia, where Georgia thumped them in the first 2 games, and A&M got
Woke
them
up.
and then sub in game number 3.
Got them back on track.
Real dudes like Caden Sorrell. Freshman in the lineup, starting to grow up. Hakopian, the first-year Aggie. Another guy that we could see drafted in the first round. 1-2 from Tyler Fay to the #9 hitter, and Patrick Evans.
Fay's done a nice job of running that 2-seamer in. He's gotten a couple swing and misses on it. That one's just an attention getter.
Hit up the middle to Holt, who makes the play. He was the busy man an inning ago, and what was an efficient inning for Tyler Fay. Coming up next, 6th-ranked Auburn taking on #11 Mississippi State. 3-game series. This will be game number 2 on SEC Network. Tom Hart, Kyle Peterson on the call. It's Mississippi State took game number 1 last night. Back to the top of the lineup, and Will Craddock, who strikeout victim #1 against Tyler Fay. Fay with 3 strikeouts thus far. All right, we were talking about Fay stuff and why it's better as a starter than out of the bullpen.
Well, you know, and Coach Vaughn said it. He goes, he comes in and there's traffic all over the bases and he gets a ground ball, which is what he always gets, like that. And it finds a hole and the run score. This way, he's got room to manage the traffic on his own, and he has been able just to do that. And if you give him a 4-run lead, he is just going to start pounding the zone, nasty sinker, bottom of the zone, running them up and in on righties, and working quick, getting quick outs. I mean, last inning he had 2 first-pitch swing and ground balls to second base, which is perfect.
Here's Tyler Bach, fouls that off. 6 retired in a row by Fay after he hit Azama, the number 4 hitter, back in the first inning. And looking for the punch out here. 0-2 to Tyler Bach. In. 95, so the velo also has been on the uptick this season for Tyler Fay.
That was just a little bit of old school four-seam fastball going 0-2, make you uncomfortable.
And got him. Strikeout number 4 for Tyler Fay in command. Talk to Gamecock skipper Monty Lee when we return from Columbia. Now time to catch up with South Carolina's Monty Lee. Coach, what are you seeing with Amp Phillips right now?
Well, you know, he was a little bit better there in the top of the third. But, you know, quite honestly, just, you know, I feel like he's just leaving some balls over the plate. You know, obviously the first inning, you know, they squared some balls up and made some loud outs, and I just feel like they had some confidence, obviously, going up there against him. But, you know, when the breaking ball's good, he's gotten some swings and misses. Just got to keep his breaking ball down, change speeds, and just keep the ball out of the middle of the plate. Just getting hit a little bit. But, you know, hopefully, you know, after the last inning, you know, maybe he can settle in and give us a little bit of length here so we don't have to, you know, use a ton of our bullpen.
Hey, tell us about Talmadge and what kind of person he is inside the clubhouse.
Well, he's a leader. Look, he's been here for a long, long time. He's a tough kid. Posts up and plays every single day, leads by example. He's a vocal leader, just a great kid, a selfless leader, and we're glad we're going to miss him, that's for sure.
Coach Lee, we appreciate the time.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Coach.
Luke Vaughn leading off. This is the man that started the damage with 2 outs when he had the solo home run to left field back in the second inning. That got Alabama on the board. 107 off the bat. Down 0-2. Fights it off.
Much better out of Amp, going out there and attacking the zone. Fastball in, fastball away. Tries to take advantage of what the book says, that he's going to go with an 0-2 breaking ball bottom of the zone. Tries to sneak a fastball by Vaughn.
Is there an out pitch for Amp Phillips right now that you're seeing?
I mean, the overhand curveball, the slider has been spinning a little bit, so he's moved to the overhand curveball. That was it right there. You bury it and try to take advantage of the hitter getting aggressive.
Now to 65 pitches here in the top of the 4th.
But it just seemed like that one inning, he had just that blip where I think he might have been flying open a little bit. I was looking at his changeups, were left way arm side, up and in on righties. The slider was spinning. I'm not quite sure what that pitch was.
That was a little low.
It was 57 feet. I'm going to call it a changeup.
And this one is popped up. Bach loses the lid, makes the catch. 1 down. Well, we talked with Monty Lee this morning, actually, and he told us there was a little bit of concern coming off the sweep against LSU because there was still light at the end of the tunnel. They kept throwing out situations to his team where, hey, if this happens, we've got a shot. There's still a possibility. And without saying it directly, he sure did make it seem like that light is now gone, and they do not see a path to the postseason. It has to be off a run in Hoover, and that's tough for a team.
It is, but you know they're looking at 13 as the bottom line number that you can get into the tournament with SEC wins, and right now they're at 7, and so losing all 3
Hammered to center field. Bach is going back and will make the catch.
Yeah, it took a lot of wind out of their sails. But you can still sit here and go, okay, you know what? We do this, and let's just make a little bit of a run and then get into Hoover and take our chances. There's always something until the last game played.
Yeah.
There's always some motivation that you can use.
And it's been a pesky South Carolina team. 10 losses in SEC play alone by 3 runs or less. So LSU, that series, that was really the first series where they were not competitive or got the feeling that they could maybe steal a win or make it close.
Yeah, and I mean, their pitching's been solid over the years. It's just the offense has scuffled. Hitting .205 as a team in SEC play.
So LSU and South Carolina, the most losses by 3 runs or less in SEC play. This is the number 9 man, Brennan Holt. Rolled over foul. It's a South Carolina team, though. They took a game from Texas, got the sweep against Missouri, swept against Mississippi State, but even there, a 2-run loss and a 1-run loss against the Bulldogs. Also competitive against Georgia and then against Arkansas after Maneri was fired. Still found a way to win game number 3 against the Razorbacks in that series.
Well, I mean, it really just goes to their pitching and finding a way to get a couple timely hits. And it would go a long way if Ant Phillips could go out here and find a way to eat up some innings, keep it at this deficit, let your offense, start to engage a little bit on Tyler Fay.
Getting to 2 strikes, getting to 2 outs, that has not been the issue for Ant Phillips. It's everything that happens after that. Now that is a large pitch and an opportune time for Phillips. Gets the strikeout in the inning. We will talk with Alabama head coach Rob Vaughn when we return. Alabama over South Carolina, now joined by the Tides head coach Rob Vaughn. Coach, take me through what happened in the second inning. You get down, it's 2 outs, and then your offense goes off.
Yeah, man, I loved our bats in the first, man. Like Braun's on time, slams the ball for a line out. Brady's on time, I thought was a homer line out. You had 4 really good swings there in the first inning with really nothing to show for it. Bryce obviously with the hit and then another loud out to finish the inning. So I liked our swings there, man. I thought they were really good. And then good to see that go. Lukey gets the hanging breaking ball. And you got nobody on at 2 outs, man. Like that's what I always say. Like good offenses, man, they can keep coming. And it's what they did. Get the homer and you followed up with 2 walks. Braun gets the hanging slider and doesn't miss it. And you give it a 4 spot. But, man, this game's a long way from over. I think we're in a spot to where we got to put them away. We need Tyler to continue pounding the zone and doing his thing, but we can't let these guys hang around.
Yeah, talking about Tyler now, perfect guy, getting a 4th spot early, and he is just going on cruise control with that power sinker. Talk to us about him.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, you're kind of seeing it early. Like these guys like to swing. I mean, there's a lot of swings from them, which really plays into his stuff as long as he's down. As long as he's down, you're going to see some weak ground balls like you've seen. Put 2 freebies on there, but was able to wiggle out of it there in the first. But when he's down, aggressive swings play into it. So that's the big thing. He's got them where he wants them. He just got to stay below the barrel. He's got to stay ahead in counts. And that's what happens. You get behind in the count, to a good hitter right there, and you leave something up. So just that's a big thing. Like, can he stay down? Can he keep working ahead? And like I said, these guys, we can't let these dudes hang around. The more they hang around, the more they start to believe. So we got to keep our foot on the gas here.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Yep, thank you all. Roll Tide.
So Talmadge Lee Croy, the rock of the South Carolina program, in his final homestand as the Gamecock comes up with a double to left field. And now South Carolina has something to go and threaten Bama with.
Just a little bit of a spark. Great piece of hitting. 2-0 changeup. That is a veteran hitter going up there with a game plan, knowing he's probably not going to get a 2-0 fastball.
And this one is dying to left field. Big run for Hines, and he makes the play on the run. No throw back to second, 1 down. But this is another example of why Vaughn really likes Fay as a starter, is that he's going to sprinkle in some hits here or there. Yeah. But as a starter, he can work around that.
Yeah, but he's going to get weak contact. He's going to get early quick outs. He's going to keep his defense locked in and engaged. And what I really love is how fast he works. Is he gets the sign, and man, it is just a heartbeat, and he is firing the ball towards home, keeping his defense on their toes.
How important do you feel that is? And does it really go into a pitcher establishing the way he wants the game to be played?
I think it is. I mean, that's the one thing, is you're in control of the tempo of the game, and if you want to keep your defense at their best, it's working fast. It's keeping them engaged and in the game, and that plays perfectly to Tyler Fay. It's just ground balls all over the place. And if you're not ready for a ground ball on this field when he's pitching, you're going to be in trouble.
That's another remarkable aspect about the numbers for this Alabama pitching staff. They're tremendous. 4.15 ERA, top 20 nationally coming into this series, despite the fact that we can't tell you the language that Rob Vaughn used to describe how bad the defense has been this season. Colorful.
It was colorful.
Not good is what he was getting at.
No, I think he was getting really bad.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's been the key to their season, has been if they play a clean defensive game. They got the offense, they got the starting pitching, and they got a couple of the back end guys that are getting it done.
And there for a strike. Well, over at third base, you got Jason Torres. That's who Vaughn thought would be playing first base this season. So injuries forcing him to move over to third, and that really got the infield defense all out of alignment. Big swing and a miss. The elevated fastball, 95 from Fay, and strikeout number 5.
That's just pitching 101. I mean, he's down bottom of the zone with the sinker, a couple of cutters, and then all of a sudden here comes a four-seamer that's got some ride and some carry at top of the zone. And just changing eye level, changing velos, changing spins.
First pitch to KJ Scobie. And he's shown, not just with that no-no against Florida, but when he's locked in, he can be one of the best pitchers in the SEC. He followed up that no-no by allowing 1 hit in 5 innings against Auburn in the very next game. So 1 hit, 14 innings.
That's pretty good.
And that is hit well. Past LeBron, and this is going to bring LeCroy home. And South Carolina on the board off the bat of KJ Scobie.
Two-out hitting. Scobie gets something down bottom of the zone, drives it through the 56 hole. Looked like a little cutter. Much needed. You got Talmadge LaCroix out there at second base with nobody out. You get a pop up to left, you can't advance, you get a strikeout, and it's looking like South Carolina might lose that leadoff double.
Here's Jake Randolph, grounded out. Second base, his first time up, getting 220 on the season. And that is out. Fay falling behind 2-0.
Scobie's 0 for 2 on the season on stolen bases. Neal has been more than adequate behind the plate.
Souvenir time.
5 caught stealings in 13 attempts.
South Carolina, 22 stolen bases on the season. That's 301 nationally. Hit well. Look what I got. Torres across the diamond for the third out. And South Carolina does get one on the board. And they still have to face Justin LeBron, who's going to lead it off for Alabama next. Justin LeBron is feeling good. First pitch you saw in the second inning, 99 off the bat. Perfect placement over the left field fence. 3-run shot to make it 4-0 Alabama. As Justin LeBron, Kyler McDaniels, number 5 ranked draft prospect, comes up with only his second home run in the last 25 games. Loa Galindo here with Greg Olson. And another first pitch swing. This is going to be a chance for Lee Croy. And no, first base calls him off. Craddock makes the play. So we know Justin LeBron's swinging at that first pitch.
Well, that one, Amp Phillips goes with a fastball down and away. Got a little bit more exciting than I probably needed to. Craddock playing way back at first base, long run. That's why the pitcher should just come in and call everybody off.
Are they capable of that?
Yes, we are.
How many of those situations did you bark a little bit and take control?
2.
2, and you remember them both?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious, 2?
Yeah, I always got called off. You got to run and go find some place to stand on a bag like it's going to drop.
Was it necessary? Like if you...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them wasn't high enough, and nobody else was getting to it.
And
Yep.
you're also probably like, hey, those are my numbers at stake, right?
I can catch. I stand out in the outfield during batting practice for an hour every day. I can catch. The other one I had to call Cecil Fielder off of, and I was just waiting for him to come running me over.
Goodness gracious, I hope you were very loud there.
I was very loud. Yeah, that was a distraction.
I mean, you're a big guy, but...
I'm hearing him. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm hearing him coming. I'm going, oh, man, this could not end well.
Probably felt it as well, no?
No. Made the catch.
Here's Brady Neal. Had a 2-out walk in the second. A line out in the first. And a 3-1 count from Amp Phillips. Pitch number 81 from the junior from Lancaster, South Carolina. And we got a full count.
Man, you were seeing him going up there looking to do some damage, and he's shaking his head. Got his pitch, 91, belt high. Looking to do damage on that 3-1 count.
Just back at practice yesterday after missing the Troy game with an illness and thought that was ball 4. And Michael Holman says, nuh-uh. That's a strikeout. Number 3 for Amp Phillips.
Well, if you watch everybody, okay, Neal thinks it's ball 4. LaCroix thinks it's strike 3. Amp Phillips knows it's strike 3. I love it when everybody thinks they're right.
Well, you know, we have something that will help with situations like that.
What's that?
Well, the
at me giving you the lead in.
SEC is going with the experimental ABS challenge system, automated ball strike challenge system in the SEC tournament in Hoover. This is how it's going to work. Teams begin with 3 challenges. Batter, pitcher, or catcher may challenge. If you're successful, you retain them, and then you would get 1 more for every extra inning if you potentially go into extra innings. What do you think?
I think the SEC is continuing to lead the evolution of college baseball. I'm surprised it happened this quickly and that they took it straight into the SEC tournament. Thought they might have given it a little bit like a couple years ago, given it just, okay, let's do it outside of SEC play, see how it works.
Yeah.
But going straight at it, I don't mind it. I will say this. Pitchers should not ask for a challenge.
Okay, so Kyle Peterson on the broadcast last night with Auburn and Mississippi State said the exact same thing. Why is that?
Because we're seeing the last 1.5 foot of the baseball and where it ends up.
And this one is rolled over to Jack Reynolds to finish it off. We'll continue this conversation because I love the concept of pitchers not being the ones to challenge the ball and strike calls.
fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Action in Omaha starting on June 12th. The Alabama Crimson Tide last went in 1999. They've got a club that they think can put together a run. South Carolina has not been since 2012 when they finished as the runner-up. That was the last of a 3-year stretch under Ray Tanner, which led to back-to-back national titles for this proud South Carolina program. Mo Galindo here with Greg Olson. Tyler Fay is in command. He's allowed 1 run off the bat of KJ Scobie, but has been efficient, including a 6-pitch second inning. So we were talking about ABS coming to Hoover, experimental role in the SEC championship, and you made the point you would not let the starting pitcher or any pitcher make the call if you challenge.
No,
Please continue. Continue. I am so intrigued right now.
Now, as a pitcher, I see the last foot and a half of the baseball as it's come out of my hand. I see a foot and a half of the baseball. The catcher is now renowned for their framing abilities. So what they're doing is bringing the ball back up into the zone or into the zone. So basically the only thing I'm seeing where the framing ends up. I don't see where the ball actually was caught.
Yeah.
And so I can't tell you how many times I got frustrated with an umpire and my catcher would.
Here's LeBron on the run. Low throw, but handled by Luke Vaughn for the first out.
And that's what they love about LeBron and his defense and his range makes that look easy. Ground ball up the middle, but I can't tell you how many umpires I got mad at only to have my catcher go, hey man, it was actually a ball. And then I would have to apologize the next day as I'm walking out to the bullpen or something, and so no, that's just the ground rule I'm given. If I'm coaching a team in Hoover, you are not, if you're standing on that dirt, you're not allowed.
Don't tap the cap.
Don't
which
touch
is
your cap.
The signal now for the ABS challenge. All the players, once they arrive in Hoover, have to be measured. The skill position players. I can't call it skill. Offensive players. You gave me that look like, what are you calling a skill, buddy? What do you know? All the offensive players will be measured so the correct height is in the system, and so they have their own individual strike zone, which is going to be interesting because it happened in the big leagues. There was quite a number of guys that shrunk compared to their printed height in the media guide, some by a few inches. So I know that's going to be a source of conversation as Fay comes up with another strikeout, number 6.
A couple high fastballs and then changes the eye level. Has not thrown very many of these sliders. Good breaking ball with a lot of depth on it. I'd almost call it a curveball. So people shrunk.
People shrunk. Josh Naylor went from above 6 foot to sub 6 foot after he was measured. I'm just glad I'm not getting measured. I don't need any more blows to my confidence.
That's funny.
Top of the lineup, Will Craddock fouls it back. So like Craddock, 6'3". I mean, from here, I think that's accurate. That's a 6'3" dude, is it not?
Oh, you never embellished on your.
I had nothing to embellish to.
For your athletics, hypothetically 6'4".
Yeah, but what's the max I'm gonna put? Right?
Yeah.
There's no number I could come up with that's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's impressive.
Could have like 5 or 6 inches and it'd be good. People would buy 6 foot.
Yeah. Oh, sure they will. Here's the freshman Craddock. Shift is on. He has a strikeout and a ground out into that shift. 9 home runs on the season to lead the South Carolina team. And he is down looking back to back for Tyler Fay. Strikeout number 7. The man from middle of nowhere in Nebraska in control. Patrick Murphy, Alabama softball coach, SEC Coach of the Year. They got a couple good ball coaches there with Rob Vaughn in season number 3 as well. Great day for some ice cream, as there is reason to celebrate all across the campus here in Columbia, South Carolina. Commencement ceremonies throughout the weekend. The big university-wide service is tomorrow, and everywhere you look, cap and gown, shawls in place, everybody looking really good. Lots of smiles on parents' faces, knowing as well the kid is about to be taken off the payroll. Here's a young man just getting going. Eric Hines, the freshman from T-Town, had home runs in back-to-back games against Vanderbilt. That's the big swing and a miss that will propel the baseball out of the park. Had a game-tying 3-run home run in the 6th inning against Vanderbilt on Thursday, and then came back on Friday with a 2-run shot. That's at the bottom of the zone for strike 2.
Well, that 2-0 swing at that slider that was down out of the zone is what has got to change, got to evolve. Just a little bit more plate discipline.
Well, you can see the upside.
Oh, major upside.
Took him a little while to get going. He was Perfect Game's number 43 ranked freshman recruit. Didn't play much at the beginning of the year. Just now makes 18 straight starts with a 6'3" Eric Hines. Oh my goodness, this is a missile to the gap. It's down, Hines takes the turn, rattles around in center field for Bach. He's going 3, big fella wants 3, bags and got him. First career triple for Eric Hines on a ball hit 112 miles per hour. Come on now.
Came in at 91, left at 112. Right here, he's going, I don't want to double. And he kicks it into another gear right there. I like it.
Otter, I kind of like that running for him too. Got a little forward lean going.
That was going to be the last pitch that I would have thrown him as a 3-2 fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Demolished that baseball.
I mean, did you see the Alabama bullpen kind of scatter? It's like a shot out of a tank.
Yeah. And it was a tank on the base pass. 6'3", 230. Here's John Lim. Now we'll try to drive Hines home from third. And that's through the glove of Craddock. And here comes Hines, now caught in the rundown with the late break. And the throw in time. Hines cut down at third base. And the third base coach, Anthony Papio, says we want to challenge this.
Alabama is challenging the out call at third base.
So
I don't
right
know
off the glove
if I've
of
seen
Craddock.
this one. Goes down as an L3. He might have got back in. He might have got back in there.
And Papio's right on it. Now, where I'm looking for the right hand in there, Greg. Where's the right hand? Because I don't think the left hand beats the tag with indisputable evidence. What are you seeing?
Well, the right hand looks like it might have gotten blocked.
Yeah, right hand's nowhere close from that angle, right?
Nope. And the left hand, I do not see that big glove on the bag. So, okay, right, we take the right hand out. I don't know if there's enough to overturn it in my book.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, it looks like the tag from Dawson Harmon is on him. I mean, we can't exactly tell when that left hand gets in, which is the issue. I mean, you look at the shot on the left, it looks like there could be one of the hands that gets in, but you don't know. It's not clear enough at that point.
No, I don't think it is. I think the right hand got blocked. So then we're looking at the oven mitt on the left hand. And that one just looks like it's too close to call from the angle that we got.
Also a moment for Anthony Papio, who's also the hitting coach. Chance to go through a learning moment with his freshman, Eric Hines.
Well, I think initially Hines froze on the line drive. I think he saw the ball bounce out of the glove, thought it got far enough away.
The runner at third is out. Alabama has one challenge remaining.
So, I mean, this play is, it's a teaching moment. I think initially Hines freezes on the line drive. He does. And then he thinks that the ball got far enough away, and the last thing that Craddock would do would pick it up and fire home. So he's thinking he's going to be able to sneak in. And, I mean, I was shocked that Craddock came home with that.
And after 95 pitches, Ant Phillips is done. South Carolina makes the call to the bullpen. We'll meet the new Gamecocks pitcher when we return. It's done after 5 1/3. Rob Vaughn was very encouraged by the early barrels Alabama got off him in the first inning, but then it was the second inning where Bama really got to him, and that damage all came with 2 outs, 4 walks, 2 home runs against Phillips with 2 outs, and now the day is done.
Yeah, did a really nice job. Got through the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 3 up, 3 down. Brings us to Parker Marlatt. Fastball is going to be 90 to 93, 16th appearance. Cutter and a curveball. Experienced arm coming out of this bullpen.
Marlatt has been locked in, no earned runs allowed over his last 6 appearances, spanning 9 2/3 innings, only allowing 3 hits in that stretch. A 5.95 ERA through the course of the season, but those numbers going down as the season winds to an end. Second to last weekend of SEC play before the boys head to Hoover for the SEC championship. Here's big Jason Torres. Looks at a first pitch strike. Strikeout and a ground out. And this, a lace single up the middle. And that would have scored Eric Hines if not for that heads-up play by Craddock to fire home to LeCroy and just get Hines trying to retreat back to third base.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of a teaching point you can make on it. You know, he reacted, he froze, and then he saw the ball that he thought got away. And I was shocked that Craddock came home.
Lifted. Craddock is there. And it's 2 down. And you like aggressive base running as well, and Alabama is known with their speed to be a little more aggressive on the base pass.
But I guess at some point, some purist is sitting at home going, you can't make the first or third out at third base.
You still subscribe to that? You say purist, I mean.
Well, I mean, technically that was the first out at third base.
Yeah.
How it happened was unique. I think it's basically don't get thrown out on a triple after with nobody out.
Here's Peyton Steele. 0 for 1.
This is one of those moments in the game right here. Will Alabama get to extend their lead? Or will South Carolina get a little momentum and continue to stay in this game after what looked like at least one run was going to score this inning?
So much on the line for Alabama. Potential top 4 seed at Hoover, hosting a regional. But they have to take care of business in this series. This would be a bad series loss and would really change the complexion of their postseason outlook. Look, Alabama's in. Hosting would be a really big deal for this team.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. They got to come in here, and there's a little bit of pressure of going, they got to take care of their business.
Marlatt with the strikeout. Alabama looked like they were going to scratch another one across. Marlatt had other plans. 4-1 Bama.
Tyler Fay has been on, been breaking balls for punch outs, 4 seamers up out of the zone, 2 seamers on a bunch of ground balls, a couple of lockup breaking balls this past inning, 7 punch outs. And he has been just working fast, clean innings, just what Alabama needs.
And has made this his game. Now as we go into the bottom of the 6th, an Alabama pitching staff that has done a tremendous job with their big 3 going deep into games. Fay, 7 games with at least 7 strikeouts this season. Did not have any of those games last year. And a tremendous story on betting on yourself. We mentioned the hometown, Doniphan, Nebraska, population 809. Started his career with Alabama as a walk-on, did not even pitch his first year, wasn't on the roster. But then Rob Vaughn takes over, and over the past 3 years under Vaughn, his role has increased to the point where he made the move last season from the bullpen to the starting rotation, and now is a fixture for this Alabama squad. Here's a 1-2 to Bach, and there's strikeout number 8.
Well, a lot of it, and then Rob Vaughn went in the offseason and just said, hey man, you know, you can get this in the draft, you can come back, we can give you a little help on the NIL, and you can come back and we can continue to work on improve. That one's slider with some depth. So we've seen a couple of different versions of the slider, one a little bit more horizontal. That one's got some depth to the left-handed hitters.
Well, the quote from Rob Vaughn when the Alabama staff went to visit him in Doniphan after he did not receive the draft money that he was hoping to get as he hits LeCroy. The coaching staff told Fay, don't sell a Lambo for the price of a Ford. Essentially saying, don't be afraid to bet on yourself.
And come back next year. Yeah, and he is drastically improved. The velocity's upticked. Everything has gotten a little bit better, and now he is a Friday night ace in the SEC.
Vaughn also well aware of the path to the big leagues. Has been expedited, especially coming from the college ranks. What do you think gives Fay a shot to get to that level?
I think the ability to throw a couple different fastballs. He's got the ability to shape a breaking ball. He's got a plus changeup. And the demeanor, there's just a lot to like. The demeanor on the mound, nothing looks like it phases him at all.
Strikeout number 9.
And I mean, that velocity went from 91 at the beginning of the at-bat to 93. So there's a lot of pitchability, as scouts would say.
Last 4 outs for Tyler Fay, all via the strikeout. Coaches say last season he was hoping he was good enough. This year he walks around knowing that he is good enough.
And there is a lot to that. It really is, knowing that you're going to walk out on the mound and compete and get guys out, as opposed to who knows what's going to happen tonight. mindset goes a long ways to his success and any pitcher's success.
Tyler Fay, Zane Adams, Miles Upchurch. That's the 1-2-3 for the Alabama pitching staff. Fay, the clear-cut number one. LeBron, yeah, there's range. Man oozes with talent. It's going to be a high draft pick, and maybe Tyler Fay will follow suit as well. Into 6, Alabama leads 4-1. Well, back here in Columbia, South Carolina, Alabama, the number 19th ranked team in America with a 4-1 lead over South Carolina. Alabama and the Road Grays bringing up Brennan Holt, their number 9 hitter. Bottom of the lineup has been the spark for the Crimson Tide after they were the part of the lineup that held them back in the Tuesday night loss against Troy, a very good Troy team. They have responded with Vaughn with a solo home run. Steele and Holt with a couple of walks that set up the 3-run home run by the top man in the lineup, Justin LeBron. And what's at stake for Alabama, playing for a top 4 spot in Hoover, the double bye. Also trying to host a regional for only the 2nd time in the last 20 years. Rob Vaughn tried to not talk about that too much. He learned his lesson at Maryland, said it was exhausting when he was coaching there. All the talk was on make a regional, put so much pressure to get there. Once they did, they usually came up a little flat once they made the postseason. Reynolds slips, makes a throw in time to get Holt.
Yeah, that was funny when he said that. He goes, we finally got to host a regional, and it was like we sat back and relaxed, and we didn't get out of our own regional. So I don't want that. I want the bigger picture thing. And then earlier in the year I talked to him, and he was like, you know, we should have probably hosted last year, but we didn't win enough series. So it was kind of like little small focus here, a little big picture here. Let's not just want to host. Let's get to Omaha.
Justin LeBron, 3 at-bats, and now in the 4th, his 4th swing at the first pitch. The tag is high, and LeBron is down in pain. The ball got away from Craddock. And anxious moments here in Columbia, South Carolina, involving the number 1 draft prospect in the SEC, Justin LeBron. Certainly nothing malicious on the part of Will Craddock. Throw took him off the bag and was trying to apply the tag for the out. Justin LeBron, 3rd season at Alabama, all under Rob Vaughn. Vaughn, tremendous respect for not just the player, the athlete that Justin LeBron is, but the ultimate teammate. Loves the boys in that Alabama dugout. And you can only imagine what everybody is thinking at this moment in time. So LeBron now sitting up. There's Will Craddock, first baseman number 9, who also was experiencing some visible discomfort after applying that tag to Justin LeBron.
Yeah, I think you said it. There's no intent whatsoever.
And now LeBron is up. Great sight here in Columbia. Nearly the entire Alabama coaching staff on hand to check on their star. There's a smile that gives the indication that he's feeling better. And looks like he's going to stay in the game. Well done, young man. So this was the ball off the bat to Dawson Harmon. He makes the throw from third. It brings Craddock off the bag and just bang, bang. So the contact to the neck and face of LeBron. Let's see if LeBron also touched the bag. So it does not appear that LeBron touched the bag, but was never tagged either.
Well, the ball came out, but I looked and Ryan Broussard, the first base umpire, signaled him safe. And so now LeBron's back at the bag. There was never a tag put on him. And that was the main reason, that play right there is the main reason that college baseball has put in that green bag, to avoid that play and that contact.
I mean, scary moments.
Yeah.
You're talking about millions on the line for a young man that's a caliber of player, Justin LeBron. Kyler McDaniel, the number 5 overall draft prospect in his latest rankings. A life-changing situation. It's going to be coming up this summer for Justin LeBron.
I mean,
and now
seen how many first basemen have been hurt on that same play with breaking a wrist coming off the bag. Yes.
So pitch comp situation here with Parker Marlatt figuring all of that out.
Hey, that's only our second one of those.
Justin LeBron, now that he is on base, this is typically where he gets off that bag and in a hurry. Will the scary moment affect that? As Justin LeBron, 36 of 37 on stolen bases this season. 36 swipes, 5th most in Alabama single season history. And even though the average has dipped this year, if he gets a single or if you put him on, it's essentially a double. That's in there for a strike.
LeCroy throwing about 20% of the base runners out, throwing out 14 out of 69.
That's way out.
How about that catch by LeCroy? Back up curveball. He ends up catching almost sideways. But this is the havoc right here, the distraction that LeBron brings to this element. So Marlatt's focus is 50-50 now. It's split, waiting on LeBron to try to steal, trying to be somewhat quick to home plate, trying to give him different looks so you're varying your timing as a pitcher.
And this is deposited in right field. LeBron, big turn. He's thinking 3. He's got the wheels to make that happen easy. Brady Neal, his first hit of the night after returning from illness. Good to have him back in that Bama lineup. Now 1st and 3rd, 1 out for Bryce Fowler.
That throwing error might come around to cost South Carolina unless they can find a way to get a double play ball right here. Middle of the infield's playing back, corners are in.
And now Justin LeBron coming off third base and into the dugout. Looks like Rob Vaughn now wants to make a change. And so the evening is done for Justin LeBron. And there will be a pinch runner at third base as JoJo Williamson will enter for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I didn't see anything if LeBron slid into third base right there. Something, but just that full-on run-out speed that he had rounding second to third. Might have been some discomfort.
Or could it have been, hey, you showed everybody you're healthy, now let's not risk it anymore?
It could be. I'm not going to speculate.
And this is rolled over right side. And that will get Alabama another run as JoJo Williamson scores from third. So Anthony Papio is the hitting coach for Alabama, also the third base coach, and signals to the dugout, let's get him out. And it doesn't even look like LeBron was a fan of that move from his body language.
Yeah, but his body language walking off was somebody that was just not feeling that good.
Totally get it though, right?
Absolutely. I mean, he got clotheslined by a large man at first base.
He needs to stay healthy for his future. Alabama needs him healthy for their postseason run. Here's the Tuscaloosa tank, Eric Hines. Annihilated a baseball to the left center gap for his first career triple his last time up. I think we felt seismic vibrations up here as he was making his way to third base.
Run will go down as unearned. Marlott can find a way to get out of this inning. Keep it at 5-1, as opposed to letting things get away.
This is not where South Carolina is great. Monty Lee told us they have not shown the ability to come back and win a game when trailing late. As Marlott gets Hines down swinging. The big concern, though, condition of Justin LeBron, the all-everything star for Alabama. His Tide are up 5-1. Three matchups this weekend featuring two ranked teams apiece in the SEC. We'll have game number 2 between Auburn and Mississippi State coming up next right here on SEC Network as Mississippi State took the opener in Starkville last night. Arkansas put a thumping on OU in game 1, 12-2, and then Texas A&M and Ole Miss. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. 7:30 Eastern time tonight on SEC Network Plus. Lo Galindo here with Greg Olson. Back in the day, looked like a Tyler Fay in terms of being in complete command on the mound. And JoJo Williamson came in to run for Justin LeBron, and now will play his shortstop position as LeBron went to the dugout moments ago after a collision at first base on a throw that brought the South Carolina first baseman off the bag. His glove hit LeBron. It appeared in the neck and the face. He was able to move from first to third off a Brady Neal hit. But then upon reaching third base, he was pulled from the game. Something certainly that all of college baseball will be paying attention to.
Well, I mean, it was encouraging. He got up. He ran from first to third. Just something was continuing to bother him. Alabama taking no chances. Hopefully we see him out here tomorrow.
He has started at shortstop in every game for Alabama this season. KJ Scobie, the regular starting shortstop for South Carolina, swings through that, and it's a full count. Scobie's on via the walk. Talk to Rob Vaughn about Justin LeBron, the fact that the numbers are down this season, and was it because of the pressure with the upcoming Major League Baseball draft? And he said no. If anything, he puts pressure on himself because he wants to be there for his boys in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Wants to help them win. That's all he cares about.
That's it. I love that. I mean, that's exactly the way it should be. It's just, hey, you know what? I'm not getting the job done. I'm letting my teammates down. He's not worried about his draft stock. That walk will get some movement going in the Alabama bullpen.
Check swing fouled, and it's going to be 0-2 to Jake Randolph. South Carolina with just 2 hits. KJ Scobie drove in the lone run for the Gamecocks, giving them 6 runs now in the past 5 games. Offensive issues continue for this South Carolina squad. There's another punch out for Fay, number 10.
Does it a little bit differently. Change up, bottom of the zone. Been working fastball, fastball, fastball. Nice little screwball action on that changeup. About 7 miles an hour off, just enough to get the punch out.
85 pitches with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Love the way Rob Vaughn described it. Really didn't understand until this season with their starting rotation just how much dominant starting pitching covers up.
Oh, forever, ever. It's always been this way. You know, it's just funny that we've gotten away, the game of baseball has gotten away from guys like Tyler Fay that sink it and cut it and change it up and work at the bottom of the zone.
Well, hit to center field. Fowler is there like a champ right on the bead. 2 outs.
But, you know, everybody's trying to get launch angle on their swings. Well, what would counteract it best is a 2-seam fastball that's diving down and it's out of their swing plane. And I'm just kind of sitting here as an old guy that's out of the game going, why aren't you guys, okay, everybody wants the ball at the belt so that they can go launch angle. Why isn't everybody going down at the knees with something that's got sink action?
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, you would think. And here's Tyler Fay. And what's he doing? Just cutting it and carving it and sinking it and getting routine ground balls all over the field. All right, now I'm done pontificating.
I love it. I'm a fan of everything you're talking about. Also, this day and age, especially in the SEC, it seems like everybody has those power arms, right? 98, 99 on the pin. Well, pointed out, we don't have those guys. So we need starting pitching to go late in games. And Tyler Fay is doing just that. The 0-2 to Evans. Tried to nibble, doesn't get the call. 1-2.
Well, that's what it does. I mean, he just eats up innings. And then now all of a sudden, your guy that you don't want to extend to 3 innings, only needs to go 1, or now I can get 1 guy in on Friday night and I got a pretty fresh or clean bullpen on Saturday and Sunday. You know, it takes care of a lot of issues.
Alabama, the only team in the SEC with the same 3 starting pitchers in the same order for every series this year. Fay's the lead dog. Holt steps on second. 92, now 93 pitches for Tyler Fay. And he is going to take the slow stroll back to the Bama dugout with a 5-1 lead here in Columbia. This is the situation with the upcoming first-round pick, Justin LeBron. His last time up, laced the ball to third. The throw was offline. The tag at first base got him high, the neck and the face. He made his way to third base, and at that point, Anthony Papio pointed to the dugout and made sure to get Justin LeBron out of the game. And this was in between innings. He's making his way to the South Carolina side of the field with Alabama's team trainer. So it does not appear that Justin LeBron is in a dire situation, but certainly there is still something that they are checking out to make sure everything is good with the star of this Alabama program.
Yeah, and they're just taking care of things the right way, making sure he's going to get checked out, I'm sure, by a team doctor. Possible concussion. I'm not going to sit here and speculate anymore, but
yeah, absolutely not. What we know, they are doing the right thing by Justin LeBron just to make sure everything is good. Because anytime it's something, the head, the neck area, handle it with an abundance of caution, as they should. He has done his part, has a solo home run for his Alabama Crimson Tide squad in this game. And it's a 5-1 lead for number 19, Bama. John Lim on board via the walk. Game really turned in the second inning before Parker Marlott entered for Amp Phillips. Alabama got barrels off him in the first inning, but no damage. In the second, Phillips was able to get to 2 outs, then served up a solo home run to Luke Vaughn, the number 7 hitter, followed by walks to Peyton Steele and Brennan Holt to put 2 on for LeBron with that 3-run home run. Evans sliding, makes a catch.
wow.
And that was a beauty by Patrick Evans out in right field. Well done.
What a great catch. This is a long run. Evans is deep, almost at the track. Craddock is holding the runner on, so he's got no chance to get back there. Just a great effort, great play. This is the man that got everything started in that second inning. 2 outs, nobody on, nothing happening. Luke Vaughn gets a hanging slider. Makes it 1-0, and then things steamrolled the rest of that inning with the bottom of the lineup getting walks, and LeBron comes up and hits a 3-run bomb.
That is a missile to left field. Bye-bye baseball. Alabama is wearing out that part of Founders Park. Luke Vaughn with his second home run to left field. 104 off the bat. First was 107 off the bat.
Like a fastball down at the knees. All 8 of Luke Vaughn's home runs have come to the pole side. And he just clears out the front side and hammers this ball to left field.
7-1 Alabama lead. First multi-home run game of Luke Vaughn's career. He's had a lot of time to think about what this season would be like. 2024 as a freshman at Alabama. Played in 8 games, had 2 starts, and they got hurt. So missed the rest of the season. Had no hits in those 8 games. Misses all of last year. So that's 2 long years to think about that first career knock. And he got it with a 2-run home run against Washington State in the season opener. And it's been a fantastic season for Luke Vaughn.
Just getting things rolling right at the right time.
And I don't think we can overstate what confidence means for this Alabama team offensively right now. We know they have the tools to be better than what they have been on paper.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, one of the aspects is what, Coach Vaughn called out after their loss to Troy is they need to get some length out of the lineup. Well, you got your 7-hole hitter with 3 RBIs and 2 home runs today.
And your number 8 hitter with a walk and now a single up the middle. That's Peyton Steele.
Four-seam fastball, inner part of the plate, little arm side run right into the barrel of Luke Vaughn.
All right, give me some of that hitting talk. You mentioned clearing the front side. What do you got for me?
Well, I mean, pull side guys generally are clearing out. So they are looking to either cover something outside part of the plate and hook it, or they're clearing out to cover anything inner part of the plate. And Luke Vaughn looks like he is just clearing out to cover that inside half of the plate.
Whatever he's doing, it's working. Parker Marlott chased from the game. New pitcher for South Carolina here at the top of the 8th.
Welcome to Squeeze Play. All the highlights, all the big moments.
Get a chance to have some big-time fireworks.
6 to 8 games on the screen at one time.
You're going to be locked in for that.
The season on the line.
Hashtag Squeeze Play. Send us some tweets. Maybe we'll put you on the social wall.
The storybook season will continue.
Back here in Columbia, South Carolina, Alabama has added 2 more here in the 8th. It's a 7-1 lead for the Tide over South Carolina. Josh Gregoire is the new pitcher for the Gamecocks that will try to limit some of this damage with Alabama with a runner on first base.
His 18th appearance, 4.87 ERA, 20 innings. Fastball is going to be 90 to 93, slider and a changeup.
Facing the number 9 hitter, Brendan Holt. And cannot update the situation enough, but Alabama's star, Justin LeBron, who would typically be in the on-deck circle right now, has left the game after a collision at first base on a throw that was offline. The glove of Will Craddock, the first baseman, made contact with his neck and face. Later was able to advance to third base on a single and was pulled from the game at that point. And we saw him moments ago in between innings walk with Alabama's team trainer into the South Carolina dugout. If we receive more information about exactly where he went and his current condition, we will pass that along to you, but that is the extent of our knowledge with Justin LeBron's situation at this moment. 1-2 to Brendan Holt. And there's a strikeout for Gregoire, the first batter he faces.
See that look, that smile on his face, that changeup. Look a little bit like that Bugs Bunny changeup. Just kind of hit a parachute about halfway, 76 miles an hour. Just locks up Brendan Holt.
Now JoJo Williamson getting his chance. He entered the game as a runner for LeBron. And now will hit in his spot after playing shortstop and comes up with a knock through the right side. That one is for Justin LeBron as JoJo Williamson delivers. And it doesn't matter who's hitting in that leadoff spot. They are going to swing at the first pitch.
The leadoff spot, 5 at-bats, 5 pitches. I mean, I've never seen anything like that.
That is incredible.
I'm throwing a ball just to throw everything off.
Williamson coming up with his first hit of the season and only his 5th at-bat.
Well, that guy never comes out. LeBron never comes out.
And JoJo's just had to wait for his opportunity. Pays off. Here's Brady Neal, one of the team leaders. He's got a single to the right side. It was off his single that LeBron went from first to third an inning ago. Numbers on the season, 345 and 7 home runs. The average best on this Bama team.
Really big uptake in average this year.
Popped up. And we'll get out of play.
Hit 219 last year. This year really worked hard at using all fields. And as my partner said, leading this team in batting average. Coming into the game at 346. It's a little bit of a jump.
You'll take that jump. And you'll take the consistency. Now 40 straight games reaching base for Brady Neal.
That's
40.
impressive, yeah. Just great veteran competitive at bats. Goes up there with a game plan. He has been right on time all night.
Can play him at catcher, which he is tonight. Also has a lot of starts in the corner outfield spots. And this gets away from Lee Croy. And Alabama will add another as Peyton Steele comes around the score.
Looks like Gregoire is trying to throw this big screwball changeup. Lee Croy tries to backhand it, just gets away from him, goes down as a wild pitch.
Two from Gregoire. Brady Neal. And the battle continues.
Just been 2 innings for South Carolina. 2 innings. 2 outs, 2 innings.
Reynolds playing deep, makes the play. But 3 more on the board for the Alabama Crimson Tide because Luke Vaughn continues to hit BBs into the left field seats. First multi-home run game of his career. Have a day, young man. The dude is open and ready for business. You can run with those cowbells. That's a massive cowbell my man is running with there. What a scene in Starkville as Auburn and Mississippi State. Game number 2 is coming up next right here on SEC Network. Tom Hart, Kyle Peterson with the call. And the evening is done for Tyler Fay. 7 innings strong, allowed 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. 3rd game with at least 10 punch-outs this season, Greg.
Tyler Fay was locked in. They gave him 4 runs early. He is pounding the zone with 4-seamers, 2-seamers, sliders. There's a 2-seamer running in. forcing gas. And you'll see a couple little breaking balls for lock-em-ups. 10 Ks. And you give him a 4-run lead, and the way he throws strikes, your night is pretty much done.
Now you can turn to the bullpen and Sam Mitchell, and with an 8-1 cushion against a team like South Carolina, really struggling for offense, you can bring in a reliever that's not one of your high leverage guys at the end of games. Use those guys and save them for later, potentially, this series.
Yeah, and that is what's going to happen right here. Sam Mitchell getting some work in, but 90 to 92. He's going to throw a slider, cutter, and a changeup.
This ball is hit well to left field, and the youngster, Will Craddock, has himself a single. Only a freshman from Anderson, South Carolina. And Craddock has his first knock of the night.
Mitchell still got 17 appearances, but Craddock, you see what they love about him. It's a breaking ball down in the zone, stays with it, drills it to left. I'm sure a lot of these guys with only 2 hits are more than happy. Tyler Fay to be sitting over on the bench.
Here's Bach, looks at a first pitch ball. Craddock, by the way, 11 hits now in his last 13 games.
Well, the game's about adjustment, so he got off to a great start. And then all of a sudden, the league started figuring him out and started pitching him a little bit differently, and now it's his turn to start making adjustments. He's going to start seeing breaking balls. They're going to stay out of his, fastball's inner part of the plate right now. So he's got to make an adjustment and get back and make the league readjust to him.
Last season, South Carolina 5A Player of the Year. TL Hannah High School. 1-2 to Tyler Bach. Shift is on. Big gap left side. And will not put the ball in play as Sam Mitchell gets his first punch out. Number 20 on the season for Mitchell. So Alabama is in a fantastic spot to get into the tournament as a host. A1 Baseball has him as the projected number 11 national seed and the strength of schedule number 2. So they are going through the gauntlet, Craig.
And that's a big reason of what you see on the up and down roller coaster ride that they're on. I mean, every week it's Texas, it's Arkansas. They sweep Auburn, they sweep Florida. And it's just finding that consistency, I think more so on the defensive end and the bottom of the lineup.
It really does feel like a team whose best is still out in front of them. Now, pending the condition of Justin LeBron, need to let that play out.
Yeah.
See how good he is. But if he's all right, this is one of those games where he had himself a home run for the first time in a while as Lee Croy goes down a check swing. That this could propel him to the numbers he had offensively as freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah, I mean, the home runs are down a little bit, but there is just a certain level of respect, and I think that's why he's hitting at the top of the lineup. Is you want some guys behind him. You want him to find a way to get on base, and if you're not going to pitch to him, then you're going to pay for it with some guys coming up later on. And Fowler.
Oh, hot shot past Vaughn. This is down into right field. And thinking too is Lizama. The throw is not in time. Pate Steele made it close with the arm in right field. Ethan Lizama coming up with his first hit of the night.
Alabama is challenging a safe call at second base.
So, second challenge of the night for Alabama. Lost the first one. Let's see if that throw by Steele made it in time to get Lizama.
No, it did not.
Can't take him with you.
You can't take him with you. Thank you.
Or did it? That angle doesn't show enough. Can't see where JoJo Williamson's glove makes contact. How about this angle? Oh, oh. Now,
Well,
where's the left foot?
There's the tag right here. He's tagging the back of the calf.
Okay.
That's my call. So he's tagging the back of the calf.
So misses his left leg. Does he miss the leg? I mean, if that's the tag right there.
It's definitely worth a look. I'm saying that's the tag there.
Okay. And if that is the case, then.
But now does this foot come off? And the glove comes off.
Oh. But at that point now, is the right foot in? I don't think it is. Wow.
That's why I'm glad I'm not sitting in Birmingham right now trying to make this decision. Because that's a coin flip. I mean, I love the aggressive base running, but down 7 runs? No.
My man was thinking double number 10.
Yeah, no,
I
I know
get
what
that
he was
slug,
thinking.
baby.
I know what he was
After
thinking.
review, the runner at second is safe. Alabama has no challenges remaining.
And he's got double number 10. And Alabama's out of
that one's
challenges.
going to be another coaching discussion when he gets into the dugout going, you know what, I really appreciate it. You hit that ball over 100 miles an hour, great swing. We're down 7 runs. You can't get thrown out at second base.
Let's face it, right now, South Carolina just needs something to feel good about. It has been a season of change. Paul Mainieri fired on March 21st. South Carolina was 12-12 at the time. Just season number 2 for Mainieri here in Columbia. And this gets away from Neal, and that's going to allow Craddock to score. It's 8-2.
Well, I mean, it's going to be really hard to overcome an 8-1 deficit here. He's still locked in.
My man is ready to go.
He's been waiting to wave that flag. But you can get some things and some offense moving for tomorrow. And you can get some things building and some positive energy moving to tomorrow. Not saying it's not impossible with 4 outs left to overcome a 6-run deficit.
Well, the deal is South Carolina just has not shown that ability this season.
Well, I mean, it's
always tough, period.
The likelihood of a 6-run deficit with 4 outs left is really, really small. I don't have the analytics in front of me.
But it can't be a high percentage, and that's another one that's in the dirt and away, and a second run comes around to score. So Mitchell looked like he was in command. The flag is still waving, even with more fury.
Now he's really fired up.
I can feel the breeze up here. Keep going, my guy.
I mean, look at that follow through.
Yeah.
That's a nice swing.
And there is a strikeout for Sam Mitchell, his 3rd of the inning. Wave it again. Wave it again. Let's see that kinetic chain and work. To the 9th we go. Yes, job well done. Justin LeBron, star shortstop for Alabama, has left the game. This was his final at-bat. Ball hit the third base. Throw took Craddock, the first baseman, off the line. His glove hit LeBron high. He then advanced to third base. And shortly after arriving, Anthony Papio, third base coach, hitting coach for Alabama, said, we got to take him out. And then in between innings, LeBron made his way towards the South Carolina dugout, and that's where he exited the field. That's all the information that we have at this point. We don't know where he is at this moment in time and what is being checked out if there is further evaluation going on. It is Kiley McDaniel's number 5 ranked draft prospect for the upcoming Major League Baseball draft. Top draft prospect in the SEC. And a key cog to Alabama's postseason hopes as well. First and foremost was on our mind, the health and condition, well-being of Justin LeBron. But let's not get away from the fact that Alabama needs him to realize their postseason dreams. Bryce Fowler leads it off in the top of the 9th. Had the first hit of the night for Alabama, single up the middle. Coming up next, game number 2 between Auburn and Mississippi State. Both those teams in the mix with Alabama to try to get that number 4 seed in the SEC tournament in a couple of weeks in Hoover, which is the last of the spots to get that important double bye. Fowler down. And if you have not watched Ace Reese swing it, you need to. Only player in the SEC with 15 home runs and 15 doubles. Obviously loose and feeling good for this one.
Yeah, big win last night for Mississippi State. Looking to win the series tonight following this game.
So Mississippi State currently number 4 in the conference race, but then Auburn, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, those are all the teams right behind with 11 in the loss column. So all those teams still alive, even some with 12 losses behind them, there's a couple of teams to get that number 4 spot in Hoover.
And then Texas and Texas A&M with the odd number.
Yeah.
Throwing everything off, and now we got half things. And I mean, that's what I love about the SEC. Just great punch out on a changeup. But you got 4 teams that are 1 game back of Mississippi State. Greg Warr with his 3rd punch out. And an inning and a 3rd.
There's John Lim. Lim had the walk-off home run to beat Vanderbilt on Thursday. First year for the Alabama Crimson Tide, who's at Southern Illinois. Learning how to swing it under one of the top emerging young hitting coaches in the game, and Seth McLemore, who's now at Appalachian State. Got to give Coach Mack a little shout out.
That was impressive.
Popped up. Harmon to the Bama dugout and plays the rail perfectly. Time to wave the flag. No reason to doubt these Gamecocks now. He's a celebrity. Signing autographs, taking photos, striking the pose. He says, let's go Gamecocks. So Justin LeBron in a bright spot, now making his way back to the Alabama dugout. Superstar shortstop has a solo home run. Excuse me, a 3-shot home run. Don't want to rob him of those 2 additional RBI. That was the big blow early as Alabama got out to the 4-0 lead, all with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. First pitch swinging, KJ Scobie, and 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Justin LeBron's going to be a 1st-round pick and a very high one, according to Kiley McDaniel, number 1 draft prospect in the SEC. And he's telling his teammates how he's feeling. And you got to love the smile on the face of Justin LeBron.
Is your head all right?
Baseball's the best.
That's it. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
somebody's got to walk up and go, all right, dude, you all right? And he goes, yeah. And then you start rubbing his head going, you sure? Did you get hit on the head?
Hey, they know that's the golden boy over that dugout too, right?
Yeah, you could still, I mean, if he's the personality I think he is, you still walk over and you rub his head and going, you okay?
Maybe not the freshman, quite.
Oh, no, never a freshman.
Sam Mitchell has Jake Randolph down 0-2. The bender. And we'll keep it here. Alabama looking for win number 33 on the season. South Carolina closing in on a dubious 6th straight loss. Problem started after winning the series against Kentucky. They lost game 3, followed that up with a loss against the Citadel. They got swept by LSU. Alabama coming off the series sweep against Vandy, riding high, and put an early crooked number up here in Columbia to get control of this game. Holt flings it to first, and Bama is 1 out away.
Good to see a smile on his face, sitting over in a place where he's not used to being. He's not used to sitting on the bench.
Here's Jack Reynolds. Now 2 for 23 at the plate this season, getting his first action since March 20th against Arkansas.
Two years at Gulf Coast State College, 369 last year.
Game 2 tomorrow. We'll have it right here on SEC Network. Rain in the forecast for tomorrow. And that's fouled off.
I don't want it to rain.
I don't want it to rain. I mean, you got commencement. You got baseball on a natural playing surface, which is, by the way, gorgeous.
Yes.
Well done, South Carolina. The 2-2. Hit well to right field. Tracking back and making the catch right at the warning track is Bryce Fowler. And that will do it. Smiles from Justin LeBron. That looks like a young man that's okay, that wants to get back in the lineup. So all the folks back in Tuscaloosa can breathe a sigh of relief, because that was a scary moment. Alabama wins 8-3.
Tyler Fay, man, there he is. He was absolutely lights out. They got him a 4-run lead early, and he took care of business.
Tyler Fay picks up team-leading 8th win of the season. Alabama picks up win number 33. Still alive for that number 4 spot in Hoover. To the studio now, Peter Burns and Jared Mitchell.